Hey, I guess it's time for another video for the hell of it. Gotten some response from can't use said with this, so I'm bound to make some mistakes once in a while, or even often. But I've gotten some feedback from people on this, and a lot of it's been encouraging. Some of them neutral. A couple people wondering how long I've been on hormones. It's been a year and a half. As you can tell, my voice is probably a little bit lower than usual. It is 11 p.m. I've been up since 6:30 and it's been a very long week at work, and I've been getting only like 5 hours of sleep each night. Yes, I know it's not good, but it's I've been going through quite a lot since last week. A couple of you know what's been going on, and I want to say thank you for being there. And one thing that I noticed when I made the video, a lot of clicking and noises from my mouth to the microphone, as you can probably hear it right now, as it picks up stuff really, really well. And with going back to the voice thing, I've actually worked on it quite a bit for since January of last year, and people have told me it's actually sounding really well. And I think I can afford to have a little bit of a lower voice, since it's it would be trying to think of the term. The wouldn't be really sounding too well having a really high-pitched voice. I'm over trying with the body and frame of someone that's over 6 foot. And for people who've never heard my lower voice, will I be shocked? Do you want to really be shocked? Yes, my voice actually used to be lower than this. It's very difficult to even go to that low and give you an idea of how much it's changed through just pure vocal practice and singing practice through that time. It's for anyone that's looking to go into it. There's a couple videos from Finding Your, I think, Trans Voice series on YouTube. There's a couple of them for free. And I know there's a couple of websites out there that help with this. And for getting a bit of a higher range, I've used singing exercises and singing drills because of my experience with choral work. Very useful if you have a musical background and can sing a bit. One of these days, maybe I'll hit the really high notes when I sing and be able to sing well. Maybe. Going from there, I'm heading up to Chicago next week. Get things in order and see what I need to do for adjustments for my hormones. I'm excited. I'm really excited. And I get to hang out with a couple people up there, hopefully, and have some fun. Now, I was posting a few things I think last week or the week before, about the commenting stuff that over on Facebook, how you can censor stuff or prevent certain things from being put up. I thought it was a pretty neat idea because it'll help curb online bullying a bit and make YouTube a bit of a better place. A couple people saw what I was posting. They're going, what? Because of some of my past history with doing IRC and image board stuff. I had more of a hands-off approach back then, saying people can say wherever the hell they want and others can deal with it. Some people were surprised when I am in favor of this kind of censorship because, hey, I've changed and I'm still changing as a person because of, well, partially because of transition, really. Now, a couple of people argue that censorship can only be done by the government. I disagree. Pulling off of Wikipedia's page, it's suppression of speech or public communication, like, say, YouTube or Facebook, which can be considered objectionable, harmful, sensitive, politically incorrect, or inconvenient as determined by a government, media outlet, or other controlling body. It can also be done by governments or private organizations or by individuals who engage in self-censorship. Now think about that for a second. I might be reading it a little bit wrong. Feel free to call me out on it. But by individuals. And the funny thing is, when one of the people that was objecting to my support for this was complaining about something, I bothered them. Not only did they unfriend me, but they actually blocked me on Facebook, proving that they are censoring what I was saying, and therefore they were a gigantic hypocrite. In other words, he was butthurt. And I just find it funny that he's all for complete free speech, and yet he does that. Think about that. Sometimes I don't know about people, but as I said before, it's useful for cutting down on harassment and bullying and the like. And sometimes I like to shout back at some of that stuff, sometimes loudly. Other times, when I get tired of it, I do what needs to be done so I no longer can see or hear what they are trying to do. Because there are limits to what a person can deal with or even just put up with. Others will disagree with me on that point, and just to have the idea that they should just be ignored and blocked. As I said before, did I say it before? I think I did, but it is needed to, those block systems need to be used and put in place. And it's pretty simple. And I also like to screw with people sometimes. But there's a point when enough's enough and it just needs to stop. Now, if people will realize that, that's remains to be seen. Some people are set in their ways. Others are not. And aside from all that, I had a really interesting conversation with Glenn Nixon the other day about stuff with the things out here, and looks like to be a promising candidate if he can get in for down here. Yes, I'm going on random tangents and just random stuff that's going through my mind right now, and it's been a long week. And I'm sure I'll be posting this in a few minutes after I'm done recording it. And see how this goes, and yeah. I'll probably touch on something else. Well, touch on a lot of things. I'm not going to go that far with that kind of joke. That's just bad taste, especially right now. Though some would disagree. And others, probably a lot of others would agree. Anyways, if you've got any questions or just want to talk, you can hit me up on Facebook or Twitter or even IRC. And don't know when I'll get the next video out, but I'll see you people next time.